Nancy Guthrie, 84, vanished suddenly from her Tucson home, leaving a family and nation bewildered. Known as a devoted mother and grandmother, her disappearance revealed a life far more complex than anyone suspected. For over 30 years, Nancy maintained a double existence that was meticulously hidden from her children, including her famous daughter, Savannah. Whispers, old records, and a mysterious package have now unearthed clues to her secret. The story that unfolds is one of love, art, and deception, showing how Nancy juggled her obligations as a mother with a parallel world she built quietly, far from Tucson's gaze. Life in Tucson. The steadfast widow. Nancy Guthrie became a symbol of resilience after her husband Charles died of a heart attack in 1989. Widowed at 47, she raised 3 teenagers alone in the Catalina foothills. Friends remember her as selfless, dependable, and quietly strong, managing her modest ranch-style home while volunteering at her church. She worked part-time as a bookkeeper and instilled her children with faith, humor, and perseverance. Savannah frequently credited her mother for shaping her character. Nancy's public persona was flawless, the unshakable mother behind a rising television star. Yet beneath the surface, the woman who baked birthday cakes and attended church events was only half of her story. The mysterious package. 5 days after Nancy vanished, an unmarked envelope arrived at Savannah's New York doorstep. Inside was a faded photograph of Nancy standing with an unknown man outside a cafe in Santa Fe, New Mexico, dated 1992. A cryptic note on the back read, "Ask about Elena." Savannah shared the photo with siblings Annie and Cam in a tense video call. Questions swirled. Who was this man? Who was Elena? The children, still processing their mother's disappearance, realized that this image was a key to uncovering a hidden chapter of Nancy's life, one that began after their father's death and had quietly endured for decades. The beginning of Elena Nancy's double life began in 1991 during a solo church retreat in Santa Fe. Grieving Charles, she met Victor Ramirez, a 45-year-old artist and gallery owner originally from Mexico City. Victor had lost his wife in a car accident and settled in New Mexico after fleeing political unrest. Their shared grief created a bond that quickly grew into a secret romance. Nancy returned to Tucson but began making weekend trips to Santa Fe, hiding her relationship under the guise of church retreats or visiting friends. Victor gave her the nickname Elena, a tribute to a novel they loved, symbolizing the identity she would carry in this hidden world. Building a parallel life. By 1995, Nancy's life as Elena deepened. She secretly funded Victor's gallery through small transfers from her bookkeeping work. The couple shared letters and handwritten notes to avoid digital traces, all hidden in a locked box under her Tucson bed. Through Elena, Nancy explored freedoms unavailable to her in Tucson. She painted, debated art and philosophy, attended late-night fiestas, and cultivated friendships with local artists and writers. Each trip offered a temporary liberation, a chance to express parts of herself suppressed during decades of single motherhood. Her Tucson life continued uninterrupted while her Santa Fe existence flourished quietly, hidden from those who loved her most. The silent partnership. By 2000, Nancy had formalized her role in Victor's gallery under her Elena identity, becoming a silent partner. Locals noticed her presence but never suspected her Tucson life. Elena managed studio space, helped organize exhibitions, and occasionally sold her own paintings under pseudonyms. Meanwhile, Savannah pursued her journalism career, Annie entered college, and Cam started his own family. Nancy's dual existence became more seamless, the art world her sanctuary and Tucson her anchor. Both identities demanded sacrifice and careful navigation, yet she maintained the illusion perfectly, embodying the devoted mother and independent muse simultaneously, each unaware of the other's depth. Strain and sacrifice. Even the most meticulous routines eventually fray. By the 2000s, Nancy experienced health issues and shorter trips to Santa Fe. Victor recalled arguments fueled by guilt. Nancy loved her children deeply but needed her own space. The pandemic worsened her anxiety, isolating her in Tucson and intensifying her secret communications with Victor via encrypted apps. She feared exposing Elena would shatter her children's perception of their mother as steadfast and devoted. For 3 decades, she juggled duty and desire, each visit to Santa Fe a breath of freedom, each return to Tucson a reminder of obligation. The strain of her 2 lives began showing in subtle cracks. Evidence emerges. Investigation intensified after Nancy's disappearance. FBI agents traced Elena Ramirez's financial history, uncovering decades of small, carefully managed transfers to support Victor's gallery. A single, unusual $5,000 transfer to Mexico in December 2025 suggested potential blackmail or outside interference. Victor provided decades of letters hidden behind gallery paintings, revealing the depth of their relationship. The letters documented her struggles, joys, and attempts to reconcile her 2 worlds. They revealed Elena's vibrancy and Nancy's careful compartmentalization, every weekend away, every brushstroke, every secret letter, forming the core evidence of a double life that neither family nor community had imagined. The final weeks Nancy's last trip to Santa Fe, January 15th to 20th, 2026, marked a turning point. Victor noticed distraction and unease, with Nancy citing feeling watched and odd phone calls in Tucson. Agents now suspect these fears were real, potentially tied to someone discovering her secret life. Her locked box containing letters and photographs was missing, suggesting an intruder or blackmailer may have forced her disappearance. The investigation widened to include Santa Fe associates, Tucson neighbors, and a Mexico-based account. Each lead hints at motives ranging from jealousy to extortion, or perhaps even a desperate attempt to flee exposure. The family reacts. The revelation of Nancy's secret stunned her children. Savannah, usually composed on air, broke down when reading Victor's statement. Annie revisited old photographs, reconciling childhood memories with the reality of Elena. Cam struggled to process the duality of their mother. Family and friends are grappling with the knowledge that Nancy was more than the rock they knew. She was also an artist, a lover, and a woman who needed a world of her own. The secrecy, born of love and guilt, now serves as the key to understanding her vanishing and the pressures that may have led to it. Public response and media frenzy. The public has been captivated by the story. Online discussions focus on the possibility of blackmail, jealousy, and the implications of a hidden life spanning decades. Social media erupted with speculation, from the mystery man in Santa Fe to potential links in Mexico. Victor's gallery became a pilgrimage site, locals recounting Elena's generosity and quiet charm. While media attention grows, the family has requested privacy, focusing solely on finding Nancy. The investigation continues with new tips surfacing daily, each a potential piece in the puzzle of Nancy Guthrie's disappearance and the complex life she led under the alias Elena Ramirez. Conclusion: a life of 2 worlds. Nancy Guthrie's story is a portrait of duality, a mother devoted to family and a woman pursuing passion and freedom. Her carefully compartmentalized life reveals the human capacity for resilience, secrecy, and desire. The vanished matriarch leaves a legacy of love, devotion, and mystery, her choices now scrutinized through a lens of intrigue and empathy. As authorities follow financial and personal leads and the family processes the revelations, the nation waits for answers. Nancy's story is a reminder that even those closest to us may carry private worlds of their own, complex and enduring beyond public perception.